to the AGUA Special Utility District regular called meeting Board of Directors. Today is April 7th, 2025. It is 6 p.m. Item number 1, call to order. Roll call. I have Roel de Hoyos, Vice President.
Present.
Gerardo Perez, Secretary.
Here.
Ricardo Perez, Treasurer.
Here.
Ana Maria Perez, Director.
Here.
Dr. Adriana Villarreal, Director.
Here.
Adolfo Mendez, Director. And myself, Jose Luis Ochoa, Jr. I do declare we have quorum. B, invocation.
Heavenly Father, as we gather today to conduct matters of business for Agua Sud, may you give us your guidance, wisdom, knowledge to make the best decisions for the ratepayers and employees. Lord, let this meeting be productive and let your peace surround us today. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public comments.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, we do not have any public comments.
Okay. Item number 2, General Manager's Report, February financials.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, here with us we have Mr. Park, Naeem, the finance consultant, that will be giving the February financials summary.
Good evening, Mr. President, Board Directors. So we're gonna go through the new financial year. We finished the second month. As you see, we're gonna go through a statement of net position that is cover our cash and cash equivalent, which is 1.4 million, and we have an investment worth of 659,000. Our prepaid expenses, insurance is 229,000, and then we move toward our restricted assets, cash equivalents, and receivables, and then if we move on, we have our restricted and unrestricted liabilities account payable to our vendors and our bondholders that we have to pay. And then we have a monthly revenue and expense reports for February, which is we are second month in the month of this new year in 2025. And as you notice that our revenue so far is 17% overall, which is supposed to be 16.66% at the end of February, because at 100% is 8.33% per month. So we are in line with our revenues. Our expenses are 15%, which is like a 1.5% side compared to what forecasted. So that's a good thing. And our meter water sales have an increase of 229,000 year-to-date difference, which is compared to the last year in February, we are up, and that also due to the rate increases and a little more usage of water of the customers. So it's combination of both. Any questions?
I'm sorry, you said it.
Where is that at? Part that you were talking about, the difference in meters and the difference?
The
years?
statement of revenue and expenses and change in net position.
On the first one, but like the third page.
Okay.
On the third page, and if you look at the top right corner, it's a year-to-year difference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So it's compared the February 24 versus February 25.
Okay, thank you. Sorry.
The additional income, what was that?
Additional income, Mr. Perez, the investment report, because we had a meeting on 7th, we're still getting the investment statement, so that would be presented in a next board meeting. But we do have investment for 659,000 that we on last year. But this year, we were waiting for March statement for an investment report.
Well, we got about 131,000 for February. That's what it says here. And other income, other operating income.
Oh, the other operating income, that includes some minor items, and that sometime if we receive like a big check for then it processes a non-system payment, and then that's why it's part of the other operating income, but it's not an interest income. Interest income is separate.
Okay, because it was budgeted 22,000.
Sometime when we receive an check for a very large amount that we are looking in what exactly that revenue qualified for, we put in a miscellaneous and then we do a reclass when we figure out that where exactly that amount belonged to. But I'll look into it to see what specifically caused that jump. But that income is not the bank interest income.
I got a question on miscellaneous fines and fees. What the miscellaneous fines is? It's fine as a fine, but it's miscellaneous.
So when you have a situation such as meter lock fee, you have some time that then they have to go and unlock. Then there is a late payment fee, and those all kind of fee is grouped in combined as a miscellaneous fines and fee. Like unlock fee used to be.
So any type of fine is in there.
Yes, it's a but it's a breakdown in our books. It breaks down
Sure.
by line item, but we group them here. Yes.
Well,
But I was just giving a couple of examples for like a late payment and meter unlock and stuff.
so year to date is 209,000 on that.
Yes, because in 2021 district increased those fees from double them up, so that revenue for those is slightly increased. That also bringing additional $200,000 to $300,000 to us every year now, compared to before it used to be like $300,000 to $400,000. Now it's go about like $500,000 because of those increases.
So anything on fines and fees, that's how much is coming in on.
Yes, yes,
Wow.
it's a very large collection. We thought when we raised it that,
Well, I mean, it's some fines and fees, you know.
yeah, and we thought when we raised it that it's gonna drastically decrease because people gonna, but no, it's still.
It's not traffic citations. All right, I mean, pretty good.
Anything else? Okay. B, drought contingency plan.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, on the attachment, again, we have, the reservoir levels, that we go through every month, every meeting. So if we look at the attachments, we have Amistad, reservoir levels at, as of today at 25.8%. And of course, a month ago, they were at approximately 26.2. Going to the Falcon reservoir levels, as of today, we're at 16.2, and a month ago being at 15.9, meaning that it increased with the past storm that we had in the Hidalgo and Starr County area and Zapata area. It went about a 1.2, 1.3% of the total levels of the reservoirs. On a combination, we're looking at 42, and average, of course, 21% average between both of them. And that's what we have as far as, we're still under the same stage. We haven't moved, and of course, the threshold will be at 18, lower than 18%. That will go into stage 4 of our drought contingency plan.
They said none of the storm really actually hit or helped those reservoirs, right?
No, everything was mostly Starr County, south, Roma South. A lot of the main storm events, the 13-inch, 5-inch, totaling, I believe in Sullivan was 18 inches, 18 to 20 inches.
Yeah, we were droning out there.
Yes, but that was not in the
So
area
none of it benefited us at all?
of the watershed, a little bit, but they were not part of the watershed of Amistad, and of course in Falcon Reservoir.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on. Letter C, district operations update.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, I'm gonna pass out the settlement, and this is for the auction that we had on March 8th, 2025. And basically, these are all the items that were in surplus, and they went through the auctions, through Alindo Auctions. The district, through this sale, through this auction, made a total of $7,631. And basically, the main items, we had 2 generators that were sold at approximately $2,800 each. Those were the 2 major items, and the other 2 were the 2,000 gallons storage tanks, and they went for approximately $400. So all the others were minor items that were sold through the auction. So the revenue that we got from this, it's $7,681 of sales, and this was back in March.
Anything helps?
Anything helps, yes. And we'll be working on another list, some other items that we need to sell out, but we're trying to accumulate more so that we can have an auction at least twice or 3 times mostly a year for that.
Okay.
As far as the severe weather, just to give you an update, as far as major issues that we had, of course, we have power outages on some of the lift stations and some of the booster stations, but there were mostly a 1 hour, 2 hour situations that we had. One of the main situations that we had damage on one of our antennas in Sullivan at the wastewater treatment plant. We had a similar issue 2 years ago here on Flores Elementary. We had also a SCADA system and an antenna, and that cost us approximately $30,000 to fix. So we're waiting for a quote on that antenna, and then we'll look into it to see if we're gonna get the insurance involved, or we're gonna, of course, pay through ourselves, through our general fund as well. But it's a main antenna that communicates to the lift stations that we have in Sullivan, and of course here in Palmview as well.
So that could be a future expense that we're gonna have to
Yes,
make.
probably. We'll make a determination to see if we're gonna run it through the insurance or we'll fix it ourselves, depending on the quote. To fix the antenna, but that was the one of the major situations that we had.
And that's in where? What did you tell me that was?
The wastewater treatment plant in Sullivan.
And it's antenna for communication as far as?
Communication, yes.
Not
our
for
SCADA.
radio?
No, it's a SCADA system.
Okay.
The communication between the plant and the lift stations that we have throughout the system. And that's what I have for district operations update, President.
Thank you, Mr. Lez. Moving on, District Engineers Report. A, NADBank Technical Assistance Agreement, sewer hookups.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we have Mr. Chris Mendoza here with Sam that will summarize the NADBank Technical Assistance Agreement update.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board. So starting off with the NADBank Technical Assistance Agreement Sewer Hookups Project. At this point, we have done the final walkthrough for the project as of March 18th. We did provide the punch list to the contractor and he's progressing through it. A key item here is that the final completion date for the last change order that we did was March 26th. So as of today, they are into liquidated damages. And the items that are mainly missing that are probably going to take a little bit long is when we were reviewing, they televised all the service connections they did. Some of them were bellied, and so they were holding water. So a lot of our comments were to remove and replace. So just a heads up of if you guys get any questions regarding any delays. But that's probably what's going to take the longest. Is there any questions for those?
That's gonna hold up the completion of it.
Correct.
Do you know how many? Do you all,
We reviewed, I want to say about 70 some connection videos, and a majority of them, I would say probably maybe 10 of them were good.
only
So a
10.
lot of them, yeah. We just saw a lot of videos where there was just water standing or sewage backed up, meaning that it's not flowing anywhere. And so, yeah.
That's concerning.
But that was just from the connection, from the first part to connecting to the sewer main. So that's what needs to get replaced.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you just fix that one part of it, it should.
It should.
Okay.
By the company, by, Mobile,
It was by Mormon, yes.
that's new construction?
Sorry?
That's new construction?
Yeah,
the
new
one
construction,
that
yes.
is-
New construction.
Yep.
Okay.
Just keep us updated on that, like whenever that gets, like I don't know if it'll be till the next meeting. Will anything happen between here and then?
Yes, they're just progressing through all those changes, because it was part of our requirements for final acceptance. to
Robert,
fix
if you
those.
can please let me know what you find out from that.
Okay, yep. Okay, sounds good. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, moving on. B, SH 495 Veterans Boulevard Utility Relocation and Adjustments Project.
Yes, so for the Veterans Project, we did get feedback from TechStat March 25th, and we met with them to discuss in detail all the comments that they had. From the meeting, everything was pretty straightforward, nothing out of the norm, I would say. So at this point, we're working on addressing all those comments and should be finishing up the plants at 100% for the end of this month.
Did they mention anything about traffic control?
Yes.
That's one of the items
Traffic
that-
control, yes. So that's something that we'll take care of.
Okay.
Yep, and that's no issue.
Okay. Next. C, short-term water plan and CIP update.
Yes, so for the short-term water plan and the CIP update, also want to mention this kind of is going to go hand in hand with last month's board meeting that you all approved the ACR reevaluation. So these are going to go hand in hand, but just we haven't started on that quite yet. But we kind of just started with compiling all our data and having meetings with AGUA, with Hunt as far as water modeling to establish what's going to be needed and kind of getting the motion going with this project to identify how we're going to proceed with it. Any questions?
Any questions? Good? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Moving on to number 4. Discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Daniel Perez for the cost related to water and service for El Rincon Ranch subdivision.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, again, we have SAMs that will go over the next non-standard service agreement, and these are for subdivisions that were submitted to AGUA for approval.
So for El Rincon Ranch subdivision, we're looking at a 2-lot residential subdivision, roughly 11.5 acres located in Mission. More specific address or location you can see on the aerial map on the second page of your attachments. So for this, it's a 2-lot residential subdivision, this area. We are pending water model results, so I'd recommend approval contingent on water model results. Is there any questions?
Any questions? Do you have a motion?
So move. Second.
Second. I have a motion by Ana Maria Perez, a second by Mr. Doyles. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to item number 5, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water and wastewater to be submitted to VC and PC Investments LLC for the cost related to water and wastewater service for Palmview Vista subdivision.
Yes, for the Palmview Vista subdivision, we're looking at a 3-lot commercial subdivision, roughly almost 4 acres, located in Palmview near the expressway and Bensten Palm. Sorry about that. We are pending water model results as well for this, so I recommend the same approval.
Okay,
Second.
motion?
Second.
A motion by Mr. Doyles, a second by Ms. Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Number 6, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Antioco G. Cantu Garza for the cost related to water service for GEO subdivision.
Yes, so this subdivision is a 7.5 roughly acre subdivision, 4-lot residential in Mission ETJ, roughly 2,700 feet north of Mile 3 along Duffing Road. This one is the same situation. We're pending water model results, so we'd recommend approval contingent on water model results.
Do you have a motion?
Also move.
Second. Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Jerry Pettis and a second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Joel and Mercedes Gonzalez for the cost related to water service for G&G Ranchettes subdivision.
Yes, sir. So this is a 3.7 acre subdivision consisting of 3 residential lots located in Missions ETJ. More specifically, 3,000 feet north of Mile 3 along the west side of Iowa Road. This one's in the same situation, pending water model results. I'd recommend approval contingent on those passing.
Do you have a motion?
So
3
move.
Mile Lane in Iowa?
Sorry?
You said 3 Mile Lane in Iowa?
Yes, it's along Iowa and north of 3 Mile. Yes, sir.
Like 3.5 now?
Probably
Because
closer to
right on
3.5.
3 zones on
To be
Caliche.
specific.
Okay. Yeah, I think it might be closer to 3.5, yeah. So,
This water line already exists.
the water line exists, yes.
Check they got it from Texan Road, they ran it across.
That
to-
area,
yes.
yes, sir.
Yeah, they brought it up.
It's an 8-inch.
Yeah, they ran that water from Texas to Iowa, right? Porque la Iowa todavía no está la conected. The one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it's an 8-inch water. Yes, sir.
Okay, I have a motion by Dr. Villarreal. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second by Mr. Doyos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you all.
Item number 8. Oh, thank you. Item number 8, discussion of possible action on a resolution to change bank signatures to current officers.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, again, due to the restructuring of the board, the following designated officers, and of course, and/or authorized signatories, are presented as follows. Mr. Jose Luis Ochoa Jr., President, Mr. Roel De Hoyos, Vice President, Mr. Gerardo Perez, Secretary, Mr. Ricardo Perez, Treasurer, and Mr. Roberto Salinas, General Manager. This is the proposed resolution, and again, is to change the bank signatures to the current officers.
Okay, any
So
question?
moved.
So moved by, a motion by Dr. Villarreal,
Second.
a second by Mr. Rick Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 9, discussion of possible action on adopting amendments to the Code of Ethics, Travel Reimbursement, and Professional Services and Management Policy.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, as per board's direction to our legal counsel to update our policy regarding the actual Code of Ethics, Travel Reimbursement, Professional Services, and Management Policy. I know that our legal counsel worked on this. Jared, can you go ahead and?
Yeah, so just as background, as the board calls, per direction from the board, it's been, I want to say, probably at least 15 or more years since the district has updated its Code of Ethics and state regulations and guidelines and example Code of Ethics have been updated at that time. This brings it up to the current suggested policy. The policy that's in the packet, we suggest adoption of a slightly amended policy, just with an added sentence that the travel, the Article 3 travel reimbursement policy does not substitute or replace the travel reimbursement rates that are set forth in our procurement procedures policy. But that's the only change from what you have there in the packet, and we'd recommend adoption of this.
Okay, any questions? Do
Did
we have a
you-
motion? Oh,
Did you provide that to us, or is it somewhere?
Yes, this is
Yes, it's in the packet.
Oh, under 9, okay, that was number.
number, yes.
Okay, I'll look it over, I was just wondering. if it was
Also
there.
move.
Okay,
I
a
was just
motion by Mr. Jerry Perez. Do I have a second? Second. Second by Mr. Rick Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 10, thank you, Jared. Item number 10, discussion of possible action to authorize general manager and Capex Consulting to negotiate the acquisition of a 200 acre feet of Class A priority use of water rights from the United Irrigation District.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, as per last board meeting, we had presented an agenda item going into the negotiations with Irrigation District, Hidalgo County Irrigation District 16. Even though they're it's the same management, Irrigation District 16 and United Irrigation District, United Irrigation District is the owner of the water rights that are gonna be, that we would like to negotiate for acquisition services. So in essence, we're changing the actual name of the irrigation district to United Irrigation District because they're the owners of those 200 excess Class A priority use water rights. And also, we would like to first negotiate with them and then bring it back to the board as a resolution to purchase. So we'll bring back this item. We will need authorization to go ahead and start negotiating with United Irrigation District for the 200 acre feet of Class A priority use, and then we'll bring it back as a resolution for approval from the board. And
I have a question. Every time that the developer need to purchase a water right, not us, right?
the developer pays a fee
Yeah.
Pays a fee
Do we
of
sell this
per,
to the developers, this water rights, or what do we do?
this water rights, no, this
Belongs
water
to
rights
us.
will become our certificate
us, yeah.
to use, to acquire, raw water to our reservoirs.
Do we really need it, or?
Yes.
See, how many water rights do we have right now?
We have approximately 7,000, close to 7,200 that we use, and it's a combination of ownership, and a combination of leasing as well, through United Irrigation District 6.
But each time there's a developer, he buys a water right.
He pays for a portion of the water rights. He pays, approximately 12, if I'm mistaken, 12.50 per LUE of use, even though the actual water right, the actual cost, they run, today's market around 3,200 per acre foot of Class A irrigation, municipal use.
So do we need to go up on the water based on the cost?
That's some of the conversations that we had previously with the board on that, but we have kept it the same
Yeah,
as well.
but we need to go up with a time, you know?
Yes.
We
To the
cannot be
actual,
affording
to
paying
the
our-
actual, to the actual value of the water
Right.
right. But in essence, right now, it's, let's say like, close to half of the cost that they go for.
So we see if we can bring it back to what is the actual cost to us, and
Okay.
I think they should be paying 100% of the water right. I think we should not be helping them pay, or
So,
maybe a misunderstanding.
so doesn't go through procurement process? Any of the cheapest water rights out there?
The cheapest water rights, well, I mean.
Is that a procurement process to get bid out, see which is the cheapest place
We
out
can
there?
bid it up, but I think there's a process, and I believe there's a committee in Austin that they set the price. I'm not sure if it's on a yearly basis or every so often they meet and they set the price
So that's
and that's the price that goes, everywhere.
Flat rate.
flat rate.
So it's not up, so it's not up to us.
Is that a-
That's the cost that it goes, but I can.
Sorry,
definitely
Jerry.
ask,
I'm just, thinking out loud here. Just a question.
But
You're just
usually-
thinking outside the box.
Usually the cost, unless it's from a private owner that owns water rights that might wanna sell the water rights at a cheaper rate. However, usually private owners, they do not own, you have to convert them to Class A,
Yeah.
irrigation, municipal use. And the conversion, it's a 1.5 to 1, if I'm not mistaken. So in essence, if you purchase 500, you might be getting 200 and change of water rights for that. So it all depends, but it's a set rate that, I mean, we can definitely, try to negotiate with the irrigation district on those 200 acre feet, but the funding that we have is just restricted to
Yeah.
purchase
Water.
water rights. We cannot use the funding for everything else since we're charging the developer for water rights.
So we do have funding for that.
We do have funding,
Right.
yes.
So that, and it cannot be used for anything else, so we have to, and the
Yes.
more water rights we acquire, the better it is for the district.
Yes, we keep on, it's a certificate of adjudication, which is a certificate of ownership, that we have that water right.
So 200 acres of water, what is that translating to?
That will be, above $600,000.
And in terms of water, in terms of,
In terms of water, that will, probably cover us, I don't have the conversion factor, but that probably will probably a week or two of raw water,
Okay.
assuming not more than a month, but I can get that
that's fine, but I just wanted to talk about a week or
But
two.
I don't have the conversion, but I can get that.
And those funds that we have on the
Because
side,
we're looking at 325,000 gallons per acre foot.
Yeah.
So 225,000 times the 200,
Yeah.
and that'll be the amount of gallons. And the district, on an average, uses, well, at this time of the year, around 6 MGD per day.
Good.
Maybe less than that, and then, on a hot summer day, probably we go up to 7 or so, 7, 8. So,
So move.
Okay, I have a motion by Ms. Pettis and a second by Mr. Rick Pettis. All those in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 11, discussion and possible action authorizing the general manager and legal counsel to negotiate a draft agreement with the City of Mission relating to the Inspiration Road sanitary sewer lift station number 10 flow reroute.
yes, Mr. President, members of the board, this item, I know that I had presented this item before to the board, and basically it's in reference to a lift station that the City of Mission through the Tourist Board are funding in order to reroute some of their sewer flow into our main lift station. And you can see on the attachment, this is the map. So on Inspiration Road, north of 495, they have what they call the lift station number 10. So they want to reroute that lift station via force main through the Hidalgo County Drainage District number 1 canals, rights of way, all the way to our main lift station here in La Joma Road, of course, north of 495, north of Veterans. Now that lift station will go through 2 lift stations before it goes into the sanitary sewer plant, the wastewater treatment plant from the City of Mission, which we have a contract that we pay the City of Mission to for the treatment of our wastewater in Palmview. So basically, right now we have met with the City of Mission staff, with their engineer, and going through a series of estimates, including the electricity, and if there's going to be any administration fees or any maintenance fee that is going to take part of the fee that we're going to charge the City of Mission just to transport the sewer through. Basically, it's going to be 3 lift stations. The main lift station, which is lift station at north of 495 on La Joma, and then another lift station on Business 83 in La Joma, and then the South Green Road main lift station, which force mains sewer to the wastewater treatment plant at the City of Mission in Conway. So we're gonna get that value, that we think it's fair to the district, and then come back and present it through an agreement with the City of Mission, and we can discuss the negotiations. But I know that Mr. Ochoa gave me direction to first meet with a committee before we bring it back to the board within this month.
Sure. And that's our lift station is real big. They can.
We have sufficient capacity. What they're wanting to reroute not to exceed 500,000 gallons per day of sewer.
500,000.
5,000, yes. And through that lift station number 10, probably they're averaging maybe more like 1.5 probably MGD. So it's gonna be a reroute. It's gonna be separated. It's not going to be the full amount.
I've noticed that the smell has kind of gone away from there.
Yes.
Like, I don't know if that's,
I know that they had issues
really
in this past storm event that they had.
it was,
It was flooded, and they usually have issues on the downstream side, south of the expressway along Inspiration Road and 1 mile south.
yeah.
Does it have a meter? It's gonna have a meter?
It's gonna have a meter, yes. It's gonna have a meter, and we do have a meter, mag meter that records the flow going towards the wastewater treatment plant emission.
Who's doing all this analysis? Is there analysis or we are?
They're working on their analysis, and our part on the finance side, we're working on the electricity consumption of all 3 lift stations, so that we can have sufficient funding to pay for the electricity, correct? At least to pay for the and of course
Sure.
more.
And I think we should, well, it depends on committee, but the board, work with them because they treat our sewer, so maybe they can give us a discount. And
Yeah, or offset some fees,
Yeah,
if whatever they were
Sure.
charging them, we pay less.
Sure.
So what happened to the beginning with their end? I mean, they didn't gauge it appropriately, it
Grew
was
so
too
much.
small, it grew too big?
It was,
In that area?
it grew too quickly for the size of infrastructure that they have. I know that they had several EDAP projects north of a 3 mile line all the way close to 7 mile line.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of flow incoming into that lift station, and the actual investment, if they were to do improvements on the size of the line all the way to 1 mile south, or add another lift station, will be in the vicinity of probably $8 million. And this project will be less than $2 million to reroute the sewer. So they're looking at it financially, and also they're doing their own assessment as far as what is financial viable for them as well.
So it's gonna go to a committee, or what do we need to do with it?
This we need approval to begin the negotiations with them, and of course we'll bring the actual
Second.
cost analysis to the committee, and of course presentations, and we'll have the city of Mission and the engineer as well here through the committee.
So motion in a second already?
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Rick Pettis and a second by Ms. Ana Maria Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 12, discussion and possible action authorizing general manager to solicit competitive bids for materials for the water line extension on Mile 3 Road.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. There's a handout for item number 12, and this is there a handout? On the packet. There's a handout on the package, and basically what we're proposing here is to go out for bids for the materials of a 12-inch water line along 3 Mile line between Texan Road and Volcano. We're looking at approximately 5,300 linear feet of a 12-inch water line to include valves, fittings, etc. Now, this is part of the proposal that we have been working with the developers of Eramonte, Salida del Sol, and Volcano. Now, we want to get this going because it's going to take us approximately 3 to 4 weeks. So we want to be ready with a cost estimate once our legal counsel works on the agreement that we're going to have, and it's a contract agreement. Jared.
Yeah, it's gonna be a reimbursement agreement, a contribution reimbursement agreement, basically. It's the district, you know, we'll bring that to the board, for approval, but part of that agreement will be that the district provides materials, so this allows us to go out and get competitive bids so that we have that component to have as an exhibit to this upcoming contribution agreement.
Sounds good.
So
So
basically, we're seeking for
Materials.
Okay,
Yep.
I have a motion by Ms. Pettis, a second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 13, executive session. As provided by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Sections 551.071-551.091, the Board of Directors may convene in a closed executive session to deliberate, discuss, or consult regarding the matters listed below on proper motion and approval of any item set forth above. Under the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 55.071, consultation with attorney. A, cause number C-3353-20-I, S&B Infrastructure versus AGUA Special Utility District in the District Court of Hidalgo County, Texas, 398th Judicial District. B, cause number C-37003-23-E, Jimmy Clauser and Sons Construction Company Incorporated versus AGUA Special Utility District in the District Court of Hidalgo County, Texas, 275th Judicial District. C, system capacity and alternative water sources. D, City of La Jolla application for CCN. E, Senate Bill 1933. I need a motion to go into, we have a motion by Mr. Doyles and a second by Mr. Jerry Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes
6:38.
at